All right, there we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. Good afternoon to everyone out in South Africa, wherever you may be on our live stream. Introduce yourself. We've got Jane on our live chat. Let us know where you are, how many guests you have with you, how many of you are streaming from Mpumalanga, because we're going down there tomorrow. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35 minutes with you as we go through our what we call our intro presentation. It is very much a business proposition. It's an invitation into a partnership, and that's what we're going to be discussing. And hopefully I'll be able to give you enough information and hopefully get you excited enough that you're able to make an informed decision by the end of the presentation. So if you have any questions, reserve them until afterwards. I'm sure someone is hosting you, someone's invited you to come see this business opportunity. Speak to them, and you're very welcome to come chat to me. I will be up and about afterwards. So let's begin. As you can see, we are a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. That's Constantia's logo in the bottom right corner. We don't share offices with them, but they're just a couple of blocks up the road from us, across the road from the Ferrari garage in their new offices. We have been around for 70 years, since 1952. So we are a very well-established business. I'll touch on a little bit more about Constantia towards the end of the presentation. Suffice to say, DuePoint is a fairly new business. We were formed in February 2016, so that is about 3.5 years ago, when a number of factors came together, aspirations for the founders of this business. What did the founders of the business create this business for? What were the desires, the outcomes that we wanted to achieve with this business? Because this is very important for you to understand, because it'll give you context to the relevance of our business, which is very important, because I'm inviting you into partnership. Well, what are you partnering with? So what we wanted to achieve with the business was, number one, was the ability to create social impact from a financial point of view, right? That's why you're here today. You're here for the money, right? Yes. I always say the coffee's not that good, the free coffee here at our office. You're here for the money. And so what we did was we designed this opportunity around what we call social entrepreneurship. We call it social entrepreneurship because we invite community, the public, South Africans, to come join us in this business, to partner with us, to help us make this business successful in South Africa, not only for our benefit, for all of our benefit. And so this truly is social entrepreneurship, right? It's an invitation to come do business, to come create something for yourselves. And our mandate becomes to create what we call channels of distribution. I'll show you what a channel of distribution is. How do you create your own channel of distribution here at DuePoint? It's very simple. You just go out and connect people to this business, exactly the same way you were connected to the business. No one tried to convince you, no one tried to sell to you. They just said, come and see, right? And that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to show you, because you've come to see what this business is all about. And so if you are able to create a channel of distribution for yourself, you get to share in all the benefits of entrepreneurial business. Successful entrepreneurial business is very attractive. I'm going to go through the benefits. I want you to weigh up these benefits. And whenever you see other business opportunities, I want you to look at them and go, do they weigh up to DuePoint's benefits? Because you have to become discerning about what is a good opportunity and what is not such a good opportunity, right? Because you will always come into contact with people trying to get you involved in other business opportunities. And so I want you to become informed. So let's go through DuePoint systems benefits. Number one, you get to create additional income for yourself. That goes without saying. That's why you're here. But the nature of the income is very important to discern, because what we do here at DuePoint is we allow you to share in the benefit of what we call recurring income. Insurance companies have this wonderful inherent benefit that we get to create annuity income out of the asset that we've created here at DuePoint within the insurance company. Insurance companies call it a book value. The beauty of that is that it's not constrained to activity, right? So next month, I can tell you how much income we're going to be bringing in very accurately, even if we closed our doors today. Why? Because our business is not activity-based. There are very few businesses that are able to create true annuity income. Insurance companies are one of those companies that do that, right? It's a very attractive business model to a lot of people. And that's what you get to share in. It's the opposite of employment, because employment is very much activity-based, right? If you all work for somebody, you know your boss tells you must come to work at this time. You're allowed a tea break. You're allowed a lunch break. You can go home on this time. You get this much sick leave. You get this much paternity leave, maternity leave. All these stipulations focused around activity. And the problem is, and this is why you're here today, because you're here out of necessity, because you realize the amount of risk attached to employment. Employment is not answering our problems, right? If it was, you wouldn't be here Friday afternoon coming to look at a business opportunity. You'd be at work happily knowing you're going home at 5 o'clock, that your retirement's going to be great, you're never going to get retrenched, you're going to get a 10% increase every single year. Can you smell the roses? Right? But that's not the reality, is it? And so I'm hoping when I tell you this business is able to create true recurring income, that becomes a massive benefit when you start looking at business opportunities. And then we have the power of duplication. This is the leverage that we afford you, because we give you the opportunity to go out and build a team around you that can help you build your channel. And effective people, more than one person, a team of people can build a channel way faster and more effectively than you can on your own. And that means your income can increase exponentially in this business. Something we're not used to in employment either, right? And then at the same time, we've invested heavily in technology to make this business easy, simple, faster. And so I want you to lean into the technology, right? Like I said earlier, I introduced myself to everyone around the country because we've got hundreds of people watching the live stream from all over South Africa because of the technology that we've employed. And you get to use that to your benefit. And then we don't have any startup capital, because what we want to do is create social impact. We want to be the solution in the country that we operate in. Not just to be a business that's there to turn profit. We want to actually make a difference, right? And this month is probably more important than ever to be part of the solution in this country instead of just being a bystander and complaining. And that's what we want to do. We want to be part of the solution. And so to create social impact, we cannot attach this big price tag to this opportunity. By the end of this presentation, if I said to you, joining fees only 5,000 Rand each, or you only have to invest 20,000 Rand, or say, oh no, you've got to buy all these boxes for 4,000 Rand, right? That's attaching risk to the opportunity. We don't do that. We want everyone to be able to have the liberty of doing this business, or at least trying it, even if you're skeptical, because you've got nothing to lose. You've got nothing to lose joining DuePoint, right? And at the same time, we don't have qualifications or experience requirements. We try to open this business to everybody, regardless of education, circumstance, the experience you have, whether you've ever worked in corporate or not. We've got 18-year-olds straight out of school joining this business. Why? Because they can do it, and they can make income for themselves here at DuePoint. And then you get to build an asset that you own. You've got legal tender over your channel of distribution that you built. You become a true stakeholder in this business. In employment, we don't get that. Who gets dividend checks from their company? When the company does well, does your salary go up? When you work hard that month, does the boss say, I see you worked hard this month, I'm going to give you extra this month because you deserve it? Right? We don't get to enjoy the upside of the companies that we work for. But we'll still work for somebody else for 45 years of our life with very little to show for it. 8 hours a day. Think about it. 8 hours a day, 20 or more days a week, a month for 45 years. And then at the end of it, if we look at the statistics, less than 5% of South Africans can afford retirement. There's something broken in the economy with that statistic, right? And that's why you're here, out of necessity. And so I'm hoping that when you look at this business, you go, wow, I can invest my time in this business. I will sacrifice time every week because I'm building something I own that will never retrench me. It'll never fire me. It doesn't stop paying me when I get to 60, 65 years old, when your companies talk about retirement. It'll pay you through your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, until the day you die. And even beyond death, DuePoint will still pay. And you are able to seed that asset onto your beneficiaries. Your spouse, your husband or your wife or your children, even your grandchildren, get to enjoy the wealth that you've created over a lifetime. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved in our business. Remember, I said we build channels just by connecting people. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to convince anyone of anything. That is my job. You just have to get someone to come sit down for 35 minutes and watch this invitation to come join us in building a business in South Africa. That's all you have to do. And the nature of our products are financial in nature. That's a good thing. Like I said, there are no boxes at reception that you have to go home with. All our products, that stock, that distribution, gets taken care of by IT systems in the cloud. You never have to bat an eyelid with regards to products. But your success is very much dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. So it begins with you. You've got to make that decision to become a DuePoint wealth engineer, right? And a product owner. And then you've got to make the decision to go out and start connecting some people to this business. And when that happens, the moment you start connecting people, whether it be 3 people or 4 people or 10 people or 100 people, this is where the power of duplication starts to show itself. Because those few people that you connected to your business are going to go out and do the same thing. And that is power duplication. This is the asset. Every single dot you see on the screen is affording you a monthly return. That wonderful SMS from the bank that says DuePoint has credited your account. We don't see that word often, credited. We see the other word, right? You know the other word. We know that word too well, but credited, we want to see that word come up on our bank statement every single month, right? Because this is the asset you built. This is what's paying you every single month. This never retires you. It never retrenches you. It pays beyond death. This is what a channel of distribution looks like. How do we pay our wealth engineers? It's through our returns program. So every single month we pay a return to all those wealth engineers earning money here at DuePoint. It's based on a fee of £27.50 for every product owner that you have in your qualified channel, right? So there's the 5 people you connected to DuePoint. We call that your first point. Anyone you introduce personally to DuePoint is on your first point. And on your first point, you can see we actually pay you double that £27.50. You're earning £55 for every person you introduce to DuePoint on your first point. And then those people go out and connect other people. That product lies on your second point. And again, you earn £55. And so on and so forth. As your channel grows, the product gets further and further away from you. That multiplier starts to drop steadily. But what you have to remember, you see that little plus next to the 8? It means we don't limit you here at DuePoint. You can grow your channel beyond 0.8. That's crazy, isn't it? To think that DuePoint will not limit how much money you earn. Yeah, we place no limitation on the size of your channel. You can earn up to 100 points, 1,000 points, 10,000 points. What can you do in a lifetime in this business? I want you to think long term when you consider our business. Any entrepreneur that gets involved in business never thinks short term. Never ever. If someone is willing to make a commitment into real entrepreneurship, you're always thinking 5 years minimum, right? I want you to do the same thing. Why? Because I'm telling you, you own what you build here at DuePoint. And there's no limitation on how much money you can earn. And so we built a path to success for you. This is a 5-year journey that you can adopt as your own, right? It starts out I personally consider it a little bit slow because after 6 months, if you're able to connect 2 people into your business every single month, after 6 months, you'll be earning about £2,500 a month. For some people, that might seem attractive. For me, I thought, that's too little. Who's going to get excited over 2.5 in 6 months? But what I failed to realize was that the power of recurring income affords us leverage. One of the biggest paradigm shifts that we want to achieve with people in this business is for all of us to stop thinking like consumers. What do consumers do? We spend, right? When we get more, we generally just spend more. I know I'm like that. But we're all indebted at the same time. Don't we all have debt? The statistics shows us everyone's indebted. If you pay your debt off a little bit faster, it affords you leverage. You can make way more money than what that outstanding debt, the value of that is. And here's a little example. £2,500, if you put that into a £1,000,000 bond, right? So a property that you've gone and bonded, if you put that into your bond every single month, it'll bring down your bond term from 20 years down to 11.5 years. Why pay off a house over 20 years when you can do it in half the time? What is the value of doing it in half the time? It saves you interest that you would have paid to the bank. In this little example, that £2,500 saves you £900,000 in interest. Who imagined that £2,500 after 6 months DuePoint could save you nearly £1 million in 11.5 years? Get rid of your debt. Because if you want to become wealthy, and that's what we want for you here at DuePoint, if you want to really become wealthy, you have to get rid of your debt first. That's stepping stone number 1. And this business affords you that because we create recurring income. After 12 months, you're already at £9,000 a month. That's over £100,000 every year in recurring income. After 2 years, 24 months, you're close to 30,000 Rand. After 3 years, you're going to be close to 50,000 Rand. After 4 years, this journey winds its way up to 70,000 Rand at 48 months. And then after 5 years, you're going to be close to 85,000 Rand a month. Is that believable? You're just nodding to impress me that you go, yes, I can earn 85. Can you really believe earning 85,000 Rand a month in your side business? Has anyone ever got close to that? So, can you really believe it? I always wonder whether people are skeptical at this point. The number's too big. This guy's telling us a story. But I agree with you, because this is academic. And I go, it's just academic. It's an equation that we put together, right? It's fairly realistic. But it's so important for us to show you real people doing our business, because the proof is in the pudding. You've got to taste that pudding to see whether it's good or not. You can't just look at it and the marketing guy tells you it's really good, I promise. Right? And so we've got wonderful, every month we've got what we call Tattle Tuesday evenings, where we invite real wealth engineers up to the stage to share their experience, their journeys with us, so that we can understand what are people going through in this business. So here we've got Michael. Michael's a Johannesburg resident. He's been in the business for 1.5 years. His channel value is sitting at nearly 10,000 Rand already. And look at the leverage there. He's connected 63 people into the business, and that's translated to 240 people in his channel. He connected nearly 60. He's got over 240. Right? Do you see the power of duplication? He didn't have to go find the 240. He just had to find the 60. That's leverage. And he owns this channel. If Michael did nothing next month, if he just went to sit on the beach for a whole month, is DuePoint going to pay him next month? Yes. Yes. Why? Because it's recurring income. We don't pay you for activity. It's not a salary. It's not commission. It's not sales. You become a stakeholder in this business. And that's almost the royalty that you get to earn every single month, whether you're working or not. And that is the value. And here we've got a gentleman, Philip Ferry, lives on a farm near George, not even in George, near George, so in the middle of nowhere. Been in our business for 7 months. His channel value is sitting at nearly 20,000 Rand already in 7 months. How did he do it? He went and connected 100 people. The 100 people went and found another 350. He's now got 451 people in his channel. In 7 months, you get to decide what you want out of our business. Right? We've got thousands of people joining our business every single month. Everybody is different. Everyone's thinking something different when they wake up. You get to decide what you're going to do when you wake up in the morning. Are you going to spend time connecting people at DuePoint, or are you just going to go work and do your 8 hours and come back home and relax? That is always the decision. I want you to decide what you want out of the business. Do you want 85,000 Rand a month? Do you want 8,500 Rand a month? Do you want 850 Rand a month? Doesn't matter what the number is, but decide what you want. Because you're at liberty. Imagine you could go to your boss on Monday morning and say, this is the salary I want. I would demand it. Never happen, right? On top of the returns program, we've got an XP rewards program. This is wonderful because over and above what we pay our wealth engineers every single month, there are rewards waiting for you along the way. When your channel size gets to these milestones called ranks, we have, amongst cash checks, we've got all these tools and wonderful rewards waiting for you along the way, right? One of the first notable ones at rank 5 is our business toolkit. It's a toolkit made up of DuePoint merchandise so that you look professional when you go out prospecting, when you go out trying to connect people. They have to trust you before they decide they're going to come watch a presentation for 35 minutes. How do you get them to trust you? You make a good first impression. That's how you do it, right? And merchandise, believe it or not, helps you do that. Anyone in sales in this country, I bet you they've all got business cards. Anyone who speaks to clients has got business cards. They're presentable. Got to do the same at DuePoint, right? Because you are facing potential clients every single day. At rank 7, we get you very fancy, luxury, premium business cards so that you make an even greater first impression. These business cards, look at the picture there. They cost us 17,000 Rand for one set. Who would spend 17,000 Rand on a set of business cards? No one. But at DuePoint, you'll have them in your back pocket. Why? Because when you go sit down in front of someone and they've seen 10 other business opportunities, you're going to be the only one with 17,000 Rand business cards. You will make the best first impression out of all those other businesses. And then at rank 9, at this stage, you've got 1,000 products in your qualified channel. You're earning about 20,000 Rand a month by this stage. And then at the end of the year, we get to send you an invitation. The invitation says, we would like to invite you and your family to our rank 9 international conference. The car will come pick you up on Saturday morning, take you to the airport. We only fly business class, and we go to a 5-star luxury resort for 7 days, and it's an all expenses paid trip. That means you don't spend a cent on that trip. From the moment you get into that car on your driveway to the time we drop you off, you don't spend a cent. DuePoint takes care of everything for you. So I want you to imagine yourselves there. Here's some video footage that we've taken so that you can see what DuePoint does during our rank 9 trips. And you're all invited. How does that look? I'm getting excited. Rank 9 is September, October, November. Less than 3 months away. Less than 3 months ago. We are ready. We've designed Rank 9 for December already. We've booked the flights. We've booked the resort. We're still waiting to decide who's coming. But when you get to Rank 9, you come with us every single year for the rest of your life. Think about that for a second. 2 ranks later, we spend R250,000 Rand buying you a brand new car. We go find the car that you want. We spend 250,000 Rand on that car. We pay for it cash. We put it in your name, and you get to drive that car home, park it in your garage, knowing that it's your car. No one can take it away from you, and there's no debit order at the end of the month. So that's a sneak peek into our rewards program. Over and above the money that we're paying you every single month. The rewards program is only at rank 11 that we're showing you. We actually go up to rank 28. 28! This is the little car. It's the little holiday. It's the small checks. Can you make a long-term commitment to this business? Do you feel safer doing it? That's the question. I shouldn't be saying you must make a commitment. I'm saying, how do you feel when you look at this business, right? But our business is very much built on our products because we've designed and innovated products to be built around wealth, with wealth in mind, right? So either from the point of view of creating wealth or protecting your wealth. Those are two very important aspects when we're on this trip of trying to create wealth for ourselves. We've got to protect our wealth. If not for our sake, certainly for the sake of our families, right? And so look at these products through this. We've tried to make them without discrimination. So anyone can take the product and the price is the same for everybody. So we've got Access Wealth. It's insurance and an investment product rolled into one. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month. 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund every single month. You've got full access to that fund. And then we've got 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. As long as you're over the age of 18, you can take out this product knowing that the premium is the same for all of us. Doesn't matter what your health status is, doesn't matter what your age is. The price is the same for everybody. And the same with WealthGuard. WealthGuard is insurance only 249 Rand a month. It gives you 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. And again, accessible to everybody without discrimination. We don't care what your blood sugar is. And then we've got Family Wealth, which is our funeral cover product. For 299 Rand, you get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to 5 family members. You as the principal member also get 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So not only do you get funeral cover, but upon your death, we will pay out up to 10,000 Rand of any debt that you might have outstanding. And then you increase the cover to 30,000 Rand if you want, as well as up to 10 family members. And again, no discrimination against any pre-existing conditions, right? So there's no exclusions here. And then you do have to get in on this product before the age of 70. But once you're undercover with Family Wealth, it becomes whole of life. So you can live to 150 and you'll still be covered by Family Wealth. And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points aims to lower your monthly expenditure. We've all got monthly expenses, right? Maybe this product can help stem inflation a little bit. The flow of inflation is just killing all of us because prices of everything are going up. For 299 Rand a month, you get to enjoy all the services and discounts that we've negotiated with the list of partners that you see there. So look at all those companies there. I bet you spend money with at least 2 of them already. If you're a Wealth Points member, you get to share in those discounts. You get to bring your monthly expenditure down. Your monthly expenses should get less. If they get less, maybe you can become debt-free sooner. If you get debt-free sooner, maybe you'll become wealthy sooner, right? Every month, what we like to do is highlight one of the partners in our Wealth Points program. So we've got a wonderful partner in the Eagle Ford dealership. This is the top Ford dealership in the country. And they've partnered with us to afford us the best prices in South Africa, not only on Fords. We've got a wonderful salesperson there that represents all our DuePoint Wealth Points members. You can tell him what car you want. He will go find your car. And he will make sure you get the best price in the country. I was fortunate enough to buy a Ford Ranger from them. You want to know how much discount they gave me? 100,000 Rand off. I looked at the price. I've been wanting a Ford Ranger for a long time, for 5 years now. I went and looked at the price one of the other dealerships gave me 5 years ago. 5 years ago, it was more than the price they gave me today. Right? And so they're going to be bringing a couple of Ford models to the office tomorrow on Saturday morning. So if you want to come take a look at some new cars, who's in the business of buying a new car yet? Maybe DuePoint can help you get a car cash. Right? We've got a couple of people close to rank 11 and they've already got their eyes on a couple of Fords. So if you're looking at getting any car, you give Irvin a call from Eagle Ford, just up the road here in Johannesburg. Doesn't matter where you are in the country. He'll even ship the car to you, wherever you are in the country. All right. Our Achiever Quest, this is opportunity to make money fast. I know everyone's interested in fast money. Fast money, time is money. Why must I wait? Right? You've got opportunity through our Achiever Quest. What do you need to do to get 5,000 Rand? You need to connect 10 people onto your first point in 1 month who all pay in the same month successfully. If you can do that, we'll put an extra 5,000 Rand on top of your monthly return. If you can do 20 people, we'll give you 10,000 Rand. If you can do 30 people, we will give you 15,000 Rand cash on top of your returns. While you're building your channel, while you're building recurring income. If you do this every month for a year, that's an extra 180,000 Rand waiting for you. right? Through the Achiever Quest, available to everyone. Your first month, you could be earning over 15,000 Rand in your first month at DuePoint. Don't have to wait for your channel to build. So awesome opportunity in that quest. A little bit of background on our business, because for me, what's so important when you leave this building is that you don't have any skepticism left. Maybe you'll have a little bit, but when you get home, I want you to get rid of the skepticism. How do you do that? Knowledge is power. Go empower yourself. Go to DuePoint's website. Go look at everything. Go see if there's anything you should be worried about. Go to Constantia's website. Look at everything. We're listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange, so we are a listed company under Conduit Capital. Go look at their website. Go look at our 70-year track record and say, is there anything I should be worried about? Because when you go and connect other people to this business, they have to see that you are proud of the partnership that you've entered into, the business that you represent. You must be proud, happy, full of trust, knowing that you've partnered with a business that has got this long-term vision in mind for you. Not short-term. This is not a short-term business. This is a long-term business. I want to see people in this business for a lifetime. You might be thinking, well, that's a big commitment to ask on the first date. But that's honestly what I want, right? By the time you rank 9, our families will be going on holiday together for the rest of our lives. Think about that. How can we not build long-term relationships if that's already happening in this partnership? We are a registered insurance company, and so we are regulated by the Financial Services Board, or now called the Financial Conduct Authority of South Africa. There's the FSP number that we operate under. That's our license to operate in financial services. We've got a whole plethora of licenses. You can go see them on the wall outside. They're on our website. And you can go to the FSCA website and type in Constantia. You'll see all our licenses come up there. And so what is the decision? At the beginning of the presentation, I told you this isn't a presentation. This is an invitation. It's a proposition. It's a business proposition. I'm inviting you to partner with us. So what is the decision? It's not to join, if that's what you think it is. I'm hoping you've already made that decision. The decision I want the people who have decided to join, what I want you guys to decide, is how do I fit this business into my life? How do I start working towards that car? How do I start working towards earning 85,000 Rand a month? Well, it starts this afternoon. That's how quickly you can get started in our business. How do you connect someone this afternoon to DuePoint? Figure it out. It's not a steep learning curve. It's not a 5-year degree. It's 1 month of learning, engaging in the business. Go watch all our training videos. That's how quickly you can figure out how to do this business, right? Start by connecting someone today and tomorrow and on Sunday and on Monday. So getting started. Register as a wealth engineer, right? The person that's introduced you to DuePoint can help you do that. It's a simple 5-minute process. You do it online. Download the DuePoint mobile app onto your smartphone as soon as possible, because that becomes your primary business tool. And then go watch all the training, like I said. Go educate yourselves. It can take about a month, and you can watch all the training videos 5 times over, and you can be an expert in this business in 30 days. That's as quickly as you can come up to speed. And then go out and connect 3 people. If you want to start earning, and you want to start earning, go connect 3 people, because that's where we start. We don't pay for 1 or 2. We only start paying at 3. So your first goal is, how do I connect 3 people into this business? Because then DuePoint is going to put money in your bank account at the end of the month. And that's what we're trying to do here. So 4 easy steps. Bombela encounter. I fly to Mpumalanga tomorrow morning, where I get to spend a few hours with everyone that wants to engage with DuePoint in Bombela, so that I can help wealth engineers build their channels in that side of the world. And you still have the opportunity to invite as many people to this encounter as possible. So make a list and phone them tonight and say, there is something happening tomorrow in Bombela that you cannot miss. You have to go through. And maybe I'll help you build your channels out of Mpumalanga, so that you're earning nationally, not locally. You want to have a national business here at DuePoint. Then a reminder, we've got our Converge Awards conference coming up on Saturday in February, the first weekend, probably the second weekend in February, 8th of February. It is a reminder for our rank 4s and above that they will be, or they should have already received exclusive invitations, right? You have 5 months to get to rank 4. If you're brand new, you want to get to rank 4, so you get invited to this very exclusive awards function early next year. And for our rank 4s, make sure you RSVP and pay as soon as possible and get your guests registered so that we can send them invitations. Tomorrow morning, our launch workshop. If no one's ever been to a launch workshop, it's a great opportunity to hit the road running with DuePoint, because tomorrow morning after the intro presentation, Brendan is going to be doing a launch workshop which discusses the fundamentals of earning money at DuePoint. In 30 minutes, he'll explain to you what you need to focus on to get earning and profitable as quickly as possible. And so watch it, or go onto our YouTube site and go look up one of the launch workshops. It's a very powerful workshop to get anyone started in our business. And that's a reminder, we've got social media platforms that we're very active on, right? Get engaged with this business. Download the app, Android and Apple devices, and then we've got an online store with all our merchandise, 20% off business cards. Go get your merchandise today. Don't wait for rank 5 to get it mahala. Get it today. You want business cards as soon as possible. You want to look professional and create that good first impression as soon as you can, because it's going to put you in good stead to make money in this business. And with that, I thank you for your time. And for every audience that I have the pleasure of addressing, and you were a good audience, I might use you tomorrow. Come to Bombela. But for every audience I get to address, I hope sincerely that in the next 3 months, before the end of this year, that you're able to find prosperity. Prosperity. Who wants to have the best December they ever had? Imagine, right? In this economy, how is that possible? I've just told you. I've just told you how it's possible. A stress-free January. One where you're not waiting every day for your salary to arrive. We know that feeling. I know that feeling all too well. I'm like, oh, they did pay me my salary already. Where's it all gone? That's what I want you to do. I want you to build prosperity. And I'm hoping that you come do it with DuePoint, because it's the best, the most risk-free opportunity in South Africa today. Thank you.